Patch 11.15 is with us, so here's everything that you can and should do today, starting out with your UI. The absolute first thing to do is to take the new cooldown manager out for a spin, turn off your recores, or move your bars away and give it a shot. By default, you'll see that it does kind of look like a basic weak aura pack, but over in edit mode, you can try out different layouts to see what suits your taste. As an example, something like this vertical layout may work if you want to keep your feet clean, or even to have the personal resource display UI turned on. Or maybe you just want this so it's only visible in combat, which you can do. So either way, give it a shot, and if you want to get started with this right away, check out the description of this video because we've got some profiles that we already made on the PTR for you to check out. Now is basically the perfect chance because you can try it out while you're doing the new patch stuff, like our next thing, which is Nightfall. The second thing you should do is get started on your Flames Radiance Renown. Head over to the new base camp in Hallowfall and pick up the quests to prepare for the event. Then check the time. The way this works is the Nightfall runs on the hour every hour, so don't forget, or you can actually set a reminder in-game using the event pane. Anyway, once this event starts, you'll be given a task. Knock that out, get a new one, and repeat. Basically just like the other world events that we're used to. Though it's not entirely the same because this is not a pure AFK fest. The event actually spawns a boss as soon as the progress bar is full, so make sure that you're there early so you don't miss out on any of those rewards. Plus, the faster you contribute, the faster it will end, and the faster you can move on to do other things. Now, like the other events, you'll get a green, blue, and purple bag for being involved at 33, 66, and 100% through the bar. And if you're thinking, but aren't those bags pointless like they are in the other events? Well, normally you would be right, but in this case they are good. They actually give you rep for the Flames Radiance Renown. It's 75 for the green and blue stages and a rather huge 350 for when the bar hits 100. That's 500 rep overall, meaning only 24,500 to go, which would be another 49 events. I'll get to the other sources of rep soon, but this is one of the main ones, so if you want any of the awesome titles or the tabard, well, get ready to set that hourly alarm. Now, the good news is, if you're not in a huge rush, or if it just doesn't happen to be up when you're playing, there's the other source of rep, which is incursions. Every day there are going to be 3 quests available in the camp. They are either the Radiant or Sareki incursions. Those will either point you to attack Ashkahet or to defend Hallowfall for 100 reputation per quest. Now, this is a drop in the bucket compared to the hourly 500 rep you can get, but hey, every little bit helps. And while you're doing all this, you'll be swimming in Warbound veteran gear. It drops from killing the event boss. The purple bag for filling the bar has actually got that gear, and each daily quest drops a bag that also has got gear and other things in it, not to mention a chance at getting the Void Scarred Lynx mount. So overall then, you've got 10 renown levels and a whole bunch of transmogs to farm from this. The good news is those transmogs look absolutely fantastic, and while you do all of this, you'll amass an armory full of veteran gear that is warbound, which will be good for kickstarting your alts. And as for those alts, well, if you've been meaning to level some, this event will let you do that very quickly. Starting on patch day and lasting for a month, the Winds buff will give you a flat 20% XP boost, with even more coming from XP potions that drop from mobs that are out in the world. You'll also get triple rep for your Dragonfright rounds and double rep for the original War Within ones. And while Blizzard have not so subtly dropped hints that this is intended for returning players, it is amazing for another kind of player as well, those of us with lots of side quests left over to complete. I'll spell this out, it's really good. So, extra renown and extra XP just means this is the perfect time to blast through the side quests to get Lore Master for Dragonflight and the War Within. Now, side quests already give you a ton of renown, so the bonus 200 and 300% will be absolutely huge. Getting alts up this way using 30% XP from the buff and the potions will let you double dip to get every single bonus possible within the same play session. It's really powerful. And if you want to make sure that you see all of the side quests, you can install the BTW quest add-on. That'll show you all quests that are available on your world map, so stick on a solid playlist and just get into the zone. Now, if side quests or questing with alts are less your jam, at least make sure you do the big weekly quests for whatever renowns you still need to max out. Those weekly quests drop loads of rep. That rep will be doubled and tripled, which is really awesome. And it may seem a little bit pointless if you don't care about them, but trust me, it is worth it. That's because the War Within renowns offer huge numbers of crests and valor stones for every alt that you want to gear. So if you have these maxed, it will literally save you hours of gearing on every fresh character that you make, which is absolutely huge. And there is in fact another way you can make use of the XP buff, and that is time walking. It's not quite the Turbulent Timeways event, but it's close enough. The XP potions from this event drop out in the world, but they should work just fine in dungeons once you've drank them outside. Now, if you are leveling up some alts, you can kill mobs out in the world until you get some of those XP potions, then drink the potions and throw yourself into the Legion time walking spam. And basically, this is stupid powerful. With 30% bonus XP and the sheer speed of some of these Legion dungeons, it is an absolutely just astoundingly fast way to get any lagging characters up to level 80. It really is quick, and if you're really not into alts or renown, at least you'll find that some of the bosses have been nerfed. This technically isn't related to the patch, but this week actually marks a fairly huge wave of nerfs to boss damage in Undermine. Groups are going to be able to sail through with reduced demand on healers, so if you want to pick up Curve or if you've just been putting that off, now is actually a really good opportunity. The dungeon nerfs for Mythic Plus also seem to have stopped. Blizzard are actually still adding tweaks here and there to make sure the dungeons are smooth, so again, this is basically the perfect time to go for something like Keystone Legend. That might seem like a huge mountain to climb, but it's nowhere near as bad as you might expect. The changes Blizzard have made throughout Season 2 have quite literally made this probably the best season of Mythic Plus ever. That might seem like an exaggeration, but well, check out this video. Trust me, I'm not bullshitting you, it's real good. What I've covered so far is your day one experience. There is another thing though before I get to the stuff that's coming later. And in a way it's a shameless plug, but basically look, we just made a guide to soloing the Underpins hard mode, so if you're stuck for things to do in the game and it's patch day and you're kind of bored, you should absolutely give Underpin a try. This is a fight that will absolutely test your patience, which does mean that killing him is probably one of the best feelings that you'll be able to work towards inside World of Warcraft right now. And if it all seems daunting, the good news is our guide really does make it step by step, and it gives you basically the proper mental model for nearly guaranteeing success in this fight, provided you're able to just keep calm, put your reps in, and work toward a goal. I think you'll have a good time. Okay, the next, and I would say real meat of the content, does actually come next month with Horrific Visions, which does mean that I've got a weird suggestion for you today. Blizzard's attempt to spread out content and maybe optimize sub fees has kind of led to the opposite recommendation. So look, if you're in the waiting room for content and if you just finished your Modern WoW goals, well, if you're still subbed, remember that WoW Classic exists. Now I bring this up because most of our team and a good chunk of our guild have actually moved over to playing, well, Classic now that we've killed Galliwix. We've got a few players who are going fairly deep into Season of Discovery right now. They are basically loving every second of it, and while others are kind of sweating it out in hardcore or slowly but surely leveling their Anniversary Realm characters, really Season of Discovery is kind of where it's at. Now on the Anniversary Realm stuff, if you have any interest in Mists of Pandaria when it drops this summer and you don't want to buy a boost, well, the next month is a quiet enough time for Modern WoW, and that means it's a brilliant opportunity to level up in Cataclysm Classic, so you're basically ready to go whenever MoP Classic drops. And now for the most thrilling part of today's guide, wait. Well, there is one other thing. Blizzard did double reputation gains with the various different Undermine factions. Not the overall renown, but like the actual individual cartels. So if you want to go and do all of that, now really is a great time. But yeah, that's pretty much everything today, at least not without getting into a general, here's all the things you can possibly do in World of Warcraft list, which, well, would basically be kind of a lot. And it's genuinely a bit frustrating. This feels like a tiny patch compared to the usual 0.5 patches because Horrific Visions are being staggered a whole month. Now the good news is I think Horrific Visions are genuinely one of the most fun features in the game, and they're coming next month. A month after that, we'll also get Dastardly Duos, which is a very inventive event. Those are technically all parts of patch 11.1.5, we just aren't able to access them right now. The good news, or maybe copium, is that our 0.7 patch is probably going to be crammed full of systems changes, hopefully some exciting class changes to make up for the lack of class changes that are in this patch. So, I will see you back here very shortly, maybe even later this week, for a report on the 0.7 PTR build. But if you want to know what to do next, my recommendation would be to hit up our Underpin guide and go and kill him.